Had a nice conversation off the air.
It is time now for the Robert Saleh Report, brought to you by Infinity.com and Sloman's. And I would think that on this day, Robert Saleh is so happy that this is the last time he has to talk to three of us.
I disagree. I think he enjoys this spot as much as one can enjoy.
I don't think any coach enjoys being asked questions.
But of all the coaches, I think he enjoys this more than anybody else.
Let's ask him. He's right here.
All right,
Coach, are you happy this is the last one?
No, I love you guys, man.
I don't know.
The line's beginning.
I'd like to change my answer.
Oh, man. You know what? We'll call and ask about the Yankees and the Mets during the summer then. All right, so the season is over. Let's put a bow on it. What are your thoughts when you think about the 2023-2024 season? What are you going to think?
A lot of frustrations, obviously. It didn't go the way any of us wanted to. God, you're going to have to ask me that. I've got so many thoughts in my mind, and there's just so many different things that are racing through my head. But at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough. I am, when you try to look for silver linings and all that, there's a lot of good things that came out of it. But if I were to give you one word, it'd be frustration.
Now, to that end, you answered it by saying frustrating. But when you look at everything that you went through with all of the injuries, do you look at the 7 wins and say that you feel that that's an accomplishment? You got to 7, or do you look at it and say we could have done better?
You're always going to say you can do better. I look at it and I'm like, God, this 7-10 season doesn't feel like last year's. This defense doesn't feel like last year's, and that I feel like I feel like our guys battled. They battled through so much adversity. The adversity at the early part of the season to get to 4-3. The adversity at the middle of the season, and then where we lost 5 in a row, and then the finish with winning 3 of our last 5 to bounce back. So there was. What was different this year than a year ago is that when we hit adversity a year ago, we never got out of it. Where this year we bounced out of adversity twice, and which speaks to the growth and the resiliency of the group. The key is how do we avoid adversity? You're not going to, but how do we make it? How do we make those little bouts of adversity shorter? And so there's a lot of really good things, even defensively. The stats may not be exactly like they were or even better than they were a year ago. They're still really, really good. But when you look at the quarterbacks we played some damn good offenses, some damn good quarterbacks, and some very, very heightened environments on national television and all that. And for the most part, we held our own. But, so there was a lot of things that you can pull from all the young guys that got reps on the offensive side of the ball. When you look at Xavier Gibson and Brownlee and Irvin Charles and Carter Warren and Phil Tippmann, even Rucker, Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, who are second-year kids who are still who are still growing and improving in their this profession. It's like I said, it's been frustrating. But when you remove frustration and you try to find silver linings, there's so many things that we can pull from. But at the same time, we've got to make sure that we don't turn a blind eye to all the issues that popped up through adversity, so we can get those fixed, so we can have a cleaner 2024.
In retrospect, Coach, did the season end after play 4?
You never want to say that. It became a battle for sure, and it became a battle of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if fortitude is the right word, but we knew there was going to be adversity going into the season, even with Aaron, and then that adversity really, really took a heavy dose or a heavy turn, and that ramped up. And so you could say 4 plays in, adversity struck. A lot of teams lost their starting quarterback, but, most of those teams didn't lose their starting quarterback till like week 10, week 11. When it happens 4 plays in, it's hard, never an excuse. But at the same time, like I said, when you remove all the frustration from what happened 4 plays in, we found out a lot about ourselves as coaches. We found out a lot about ourselves as an organization. We found out a lot about ourselves as players. And because of it, I think we're going to be much better going into 24.
Now, you're not the general manager of this team, but I'm sure your vote counts. You said that you believe that Zach Wilson's going to have a career in this league. You believe he's still going to be a good quarterback. So can I then assume that you would vote to try to keep him here?
Yeah, I'm always going to do what's best for the organization first, and trying to do what's best for the for this team, and putting us in the best position to win. And those are discussions we'll have. Is it best for everyone to go separate ways? I don't know yet. We've got to have our personnel meetings and go through discussions and talk about the pros and cons. But I do believe Zach is going to be a really good quarterback. He's extremely talented. He's a good young man, and it's hard when you're hit with adversity and there's so much noise surrounding your name, and you're battling every single play. And at the end of the day, it's a team sport. It's not just one player. And but yeah, I hold firm on the belief that he's going to have a good career.
How different do you think the season would have been if going into week one, let's say, for example, you'd had Jacoby Brissett sitting, or a really established sort of professional backup that people know can go out there and win games? Do you think this season stays in contention for longer?
I don't know. It's probably more of a hypothetical, but I know that we went into the offseason feeling like Zach is a very talented individual. He's got great arm talent. He's mobile. He's smart, and he can play the game. And we approached it with the sense that, okay, he's had 2 years of playing. We approached the offseason that we were going to let him groom and learn under a veteran quarterback, kind of give him the redshirt year that we never gave him. So we felt like our decision-making was sound. And like I said, we all believe that Zach's going to be a good quarterback. And it's unfortunate for everyone that it happened 4 plays in. Hypothetically, you can say whatever you want, and I'll leave that for you guys. But the decision-making, I feel like, was sound. It's just unfortunate the way it played out.
But, Coach, I got to push back on that part, because you said you'd give him the red shirt year he never got. But you're giving him that year before it happened. Because as it turned out, if Aaron had even gotten hurt in week 4 or week 5 and needed to miss several games, Zach still wouldn't have gained that year of experience that it feels like he needed, or that you guys were giving him.
Well, I think what and forgive me, this is never going to come off right. There's always going to be a counter to what I'm about to say, but it was 4 plays. He never got a chance to watch a game plan. He never got a chance to see a sideline adjustment. He never got a chance to see anything. And so 1 week would have been better than 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you would have got 4 weeks, I think he would have been way more prepared, because the offense would have gotten established into a style of play by then. Because remember, going into it, we knew that there was going to be some hiccups with even Aaron at quarterback, trying to find an identity and a rhythm of a new play caller, new quarterback, new players surrounding it, and finding out what was good for everybody. And so we never really got into a rhythm. That's the other part of it. When Aaron goes down in week 10 and you've established who you are on offense and you've established that identity, it's much easier for a backup quarterback to roll into it versus what happened 4 plays in, where everything just turns on its head. So to argue against it, I think he would have been better off, but it's all hypothetical, I guess.
Speaking of Aaron, he spoke today and said that one of the things that the Jets need to do is get rid of all of the BS, and it should only be about winning football, which sounds very, very reasonable. So my question to you, Coach, would you rather him not do Pat McAfee next year, because that's a lot of outside noise that's not about football?
You know what? I think I'm not going to speak for him, but I am in this small little segment. When we refer to BS, we refer to everything inside the walls. I promise you, I don't think anyone really cares about inside these walls as teammate. No one cares about the McAfee show. I think that's more just noise for the outside world. But just the things in here and the things that we need to do better as an organization, as players, as coaches, all of us, in terms of stop sweating the small stuff and let's worry about winning football games. So Pat McAfee show is entertainment. It's what he does. He makes good money off it. Good for him. And they put together a good product. But at the same time, I promise you, nobody really cares about what's said in that McAfee show.
So none of that stuff, like the conspiracy stuff and the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, enters the walls of Florham Park? None of that gets in?
No, not... It makes for entertaining conversation, but it's not like, oh my God, it's not. There's nothing dramatic. I mean,
okay.
I mean, you guys should sit down and talk to him about, holistic foods and all that. It's a fascinating conversation, to be honest with you. But
no, I'm going to save up $1 million.
I'll save that for my doctor. but thank you.
Yeah, it is a fascinating conversation. There's nothing negative about it. It's just how you approach it, and I don't think anybody in the locker room takes any of that with negativity.
Now, you're the person to ask. I felt like yesterday was important to get that monkey off your back to finally beat the Patriots. Was that something you felt you needed to do going into the offseason?
We felt the Patriots just happened to be the opponent, and I'm really serious about this one. The focus was about starting 2024 on the right foot. It had nothing to do with New England and breaking a streak and ending whatever it is. It was 2024. We turn the page on a new year, and the intent is to go 1-0 and start the new year 1-0. That's it. Because we feel when we correct our wrongs over the offseason that we're going to win a lot of games in 2024. And so that was the importance and the significance of yesterday's game. Was it good to beat the Patriots? Yes. Was it great to not have to ever be asked a question about a losing streak again? Yes. All of that stuff was awesome. But at the end of the day, it was about us using the game as another opportunity to get better, which I felt like we did, especially on offense in our run game. And to finish the season strong, and like I said, to start the new year 1-0.
You said yesterday a mathematician got something wrong. I mean, which is a significant thing for the running back who would have had 1,000 yards, who's had a great year. How is that possible? How if a guy is a mathematician, how did he get it wrong by 10 yards? And is he still employed today?
It wouldn't have mattered because he was way off. Like, it was like 60 yards away, and then he had that big run at the end of the game. So we were trying to give him the ball back. And the reality is, whether it was that extra 10 yards or not, we only had one more play left at anyway, no matter how it shook out. Because, he carried the ball 37 times. We were doing everything we could to get him to 1,000, and so we had one play left at it. That's why we ran the ball on the last play instead of taking the knee. But at the end of the day, based on time, whether we knew it was 10 more yards or not, we did everything we could. Breece did everything he could. The offense, defense, everyone did everything they could to get him the yards. So if I knew he would, to be honest with you, if I knew he was 15 yards away, I probably would have taken a knee. And that play never would have happened. So. Oh,
speaking of taking a knee, I want to ask you, because you're always forthright with us. If you told your guys to go in a victory formation and they didn't listen, what would you do? Like what happened in New Orleans?
I'd be really disappointed with the team if we're to take a knee and we ran up the score, especially in a position where you look like you're taking a knee and the defense is kind of relenting, so they're in a vulnerable position from a safety measure. That one's hard, and Dennis Allen, I thought he did a great job addressing that, and but that'd be very disappointing.
You know why I asked that, Coach, is because a couple of years ago when Schiano was coaching in the NFL, he was on the defensive side of the victory formation, and he had his guys dive over the top, and everybody said, well, that was awful. Well, this is just as bad, probably worse.
I'd say this one's worse because the defense. Yeah,
they're showing no respect for your coach. It's hard, right? It's hard. It'd be hard to feel respected.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
One. Is it either disrespectful to the coach or so much love for the player that they wanted to get the stats for? That the players love their teammates so much.
That's the part that I think is a little hard about it. Is it didn't come from a bad place. It just ended up being a bad thing.
You might as well have just gotten the I formation and ran a play that at least the defense can defend itself.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Now, every player says they love it. Every fan loves watching games in the snow. How does it feel to coach a game like that? Can you have fun, or is it just a headache because of what you can and can't do?
Well, it depends. Are you a defensive guy or offensive guy?
Well, you're a defensive guy, so.
Because defensive guys love it, man. Stats are great. No yards, no points. Great. but offensively, you can't throw the ball. It's frustrating. they've got 8 guys in the box, which makes yesterday even cooler. That the boxes were stacked on both sides of the ball. We weren't going to let them run. They weren't going to let us run, but we still managed to churn out close to 200 yards rushing against the number 1 ranked rushing defense in football, if I'm not mistaken, and to impose our will in bad weather when everyone knew the ball was going to get handed off and everyone knew that it was going to be Breece who got the ball. Special moment for the O-line who's been under the gun all year. We've been able to get some continuity over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I do feel like it's gotten better every week, and it was topped off with an epic performance in the snow against the number 1 ranked rushing defense, and so it was fun to watch. I'm
curious. We have this argument all the time. Fans chime in. So it applied to the Giants and the Jets yesterday. By you guys winning and the Giants winning, you sacrificed draft position. Is it ever a conversation within the building, hey, Robert, might be better if we lose this. We'll get the 7th pick rather than the 10th. Is that ever talked about?
No. It's and actually I'll go on record that one of the obviously the most important voice in this building is Woody, and he wanted to win this game as bad as anybody, and I was glad we were able to go do it.
And I'm also curious, when you talked about, it was very quick. What do you tell Belichick? That could be the last time he coaches that team. Is there any significant conversation had? And what do you say?
First off, I still don't think he's going anywhere. But with that said, it's the same thing I always tell him. I've never really had a conversation with him. I've never hung out with him. I've never talked ball with him. But I appreciate him. And I appreciate him because of all the things that he's contributed to the game, especially from a schematic standpoint, just watching his team and the way they attack protections defensively, and things that I've learned as a coach is watching tape. So every time I've went and shook his hand, I've always said, I appreciate you, Coach, and that's about it.
Did it ever cross your mind that if it was the last moment, pretty cool, you're the coach going up against Bill Belichick in that spot?
Be an awesome Jeopardy question.
You're more than a Jeopardy answer, Coach.
Will you watch the college football game tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm a Michigan State guy. Go Green, and I grew up in a Michigan house, and I grew up in an era where Michigan, Notre Dame, Florida State, Miami, it just feels right to see Michigan in the national championship game. So I apologize to all my Spartan brothers, but go blue.
Wow. Did you think Pepper's hit on Wilson was dirty?
Pepper's hit on Wilson?
Yeah, remember you hit him in the head. Was the 15-yard penalty?
No, I got you. Okay, I'm sorry. I was somewhere else just now. You shifted gears on me because Peppers went to Michigan.
Sorry about that.
No, Jabril plays with such intensity and speed and violence. I freaking love it. He really single-handedly elevated the game of our rookie receivers yesterday, just early, and how it was awesome to watch the game as it progressed. And I want everyone to go back and watch what Irv Charles did on the last play of the game when Breece ran a 50-yard for a touchdown. It wasn't like that the whole game. It was an absolute war with the receiver and Jabril, and I love his play style. I don't think it was deliberate. I think he was going in to try to disrupt the pass. And just caught him on the chin.
And I wonder if, I don't know if you even saw it, but the immediate contrition, I think, probably takes a little away from it, right? Because he just looked like he felt bad immediately after the hit.
Yeah, no, Jabril is like I said, I have a genuine respect for his game, his intensity, the way he talks on the field. But, he's a stud, man.
We appreciate you all year. Thank you for taking the time with us every Monday or Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
That was a Robert Saleh Report brought to you by Infinity.com.